Hello everybody, welcome to I was gonna say me being stood up, but because it's a coffee, you know, I tried to make this like coffee ambience, coffee theme, everything, I guess. And our guest today was Hibite? Hibite? I actually don't know how to say his name yet. And we've never actually talked officially. So today was supposed to be our first chat stream together, but unfortunately I have no idea where he is. I just hope that he's okay, because, you know, it's a little bit worrying, but I hope he's fine. Hi, bye. Alright, cool. Hi, everybody. Hello. So before he comes in, which I hope he does, we're just gonna have a little chat time together, yeah? Hello, Mascon. Thank you so much. Oh, 待ってくれ. Okay. So, how's everyone doing? Can you guys hear the background music and ambience? Does it sound real to you? I'm going for like a rainy day at a cafe outside type of vibe, you know? Very specific vibe, but trying to nail down that aesthetics, and I hope it worked. I'm trying to also show the chat. Yeah, okay, it's here. Whoa, that's huge. That's definitely not the chat box that I wanted. I just wanted it to be tiny, teeny. Like that. Okay, that's really tiny. No one can goddamn read a thing. It's time to go to a platonic date. What do you mean? All of my dates have been platonic. I don't know if that sounds weird. Okay, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll just make it big, and then if Bite comes in, then I'll make it smaller. Otherwise, it'll just be us, I guess. Your friend ever showed you? Yeah, I don't know where he's, I don't know where he is, and I'm just hoping that he's okay. Because, you know, it's quite unusual for someone to, like, not answer. He answered before, like an hour before, or half an hour before, and then it just stopped. So I don't know if he's okay, but anyhow, what should I tell you guys about? Well, today I wore cosplay to my school. I know it might be quite a weird confession, but I did. And I mean, it was like a schoolgirl cosplay, so nobody really bat an eye. I mean, they probably looked at it and be like, oh, that's weird. She's wearing a uniform that is not our school's. But apart from that, I just stayed in the library for 4 hours. Yeah, no Twitch stream today, because, see, the plan is, me and Bite, we were going to both show our models on the stream, and that would take much more processing from the computer and also internet. So I wanted to save all of that bandwidth and shit for his model. So I didn't stream on Twitch. But unfortunately, I have no idea where our guest is at the current moment. Miniskirt, yeah, you know, like, if you guys know Kakegurui, the anime? Yeah, so I wore that uniform to the library and I just studied. But you know, I feel like recently I'm really into that formal-esque kind of dress code. You know what I mean? Like schoolgirl shit, or office, or vintage kind of stuff. Lolita and stuff. It's really the fashion, not the, you know, not the chibi characters, but the fashion itself. Like, I'm really getting into it. But it's expensive though. The Lolita dresses, very expensive. I mean, it's complicated as well. Each time you put on this outfit, it's gonna be like 10 layers. Me scared up as like, yeah. It makes you feel really nice. And you know, the type of thing that you wear kind of also decides your mannerism a little bit. Like, it makes me do things a bit more elegantly and, you know, makes me more focused in my studying. Interestingly. So yeah, it's, you know, it makes sense why office has a dress code or why schools has uniform. And it's funny that it, you know, took me like 20-something years to understand that. Yeah. I'm just anxiously waiting because I'm looking at the Discord thing right now and he's not answering. I don't know where he is. I mean, see, the thing is, I'm completely fine with doing a chat stream alone with you guys. I mean, those are probably my favorite ones to make. But it's the anxiety of waiting, you know what I mean? Yeah, dress for the personality. Dress for the work, right? I want to say some things, but I also don't want to, so I'm not going to. Just in case it doxes me. A fun little life update, though. I bought this specialized cricket enclosure. Now, if you're wondering, why in the living hellhole did I buy a cricket enclosure? That is because I have feeder crickets. Now, why should I have feeder crickets? That's because I have spiders, and spiders eat crickets. So, I always have to buy these crickets by the hundreds. They also sell them by the 1,000, but that's just too many. So I bought, I think like 300 pinheads, and around also 300 weenies. They're different sizes of crickets. And I saw online there's this feeder cricket enclosure that's really interesting. So whoever thought of this is big brain. It's a clear container with a lid, and on the lid there are little like slits so that you can breathe through it, right? That's a lot of weenies. That's not how you write it, so don't make it weird. And then there are 2 holes. Yeah, weenies and holes, I get it. 2 holes on the side. And sliding into these holes are these rods. Okay, I'm not making it better, but I swear to you, I'm not making this up for the sake of the innuendo. There are these black rod... I don't know how to help myself. Black rods that slide into the holes. Now, inside the hole is a little flap. Yep, I can't escape this sex joke anymore. But the flap goes inwards when the rod goes in so that it blocks off that opening, right? So the rod itself has a little lid. It's so accurate. There's a little clear lid. And see, the rod is empty in the middle. So when the rod like penetrates all the way in and touches the floor of the container, the crickets can crawl up the rod. And you can see through the clear lid, like them being inside. And the rods are black because crickets like to stay in dark places, like they like to hide in dark places. So because the entire enclosure is clear, these rods are the only places where they could sleep or rest. Now the interesting part about that is, this is amazing for feeding. Now usually, I had to keep crickets in their original containers, which are these little egg cartons, inside like little tofu strainer bags, you know? So they would have air, but I can't see them, and every time I feed them, they go everywhere. Because, you know, you can imagine if you tap those out of the bag, and crickets can jump, right? So they just go everywhere in my house, and it's really messy. However, because of these black rods, the crickets themselves voluntarily, or automatically is the better word, gather inside of the black rod. So during feeding time, all I gotta do is I gotta slide the black rod out, and because it's a tiny one, I can just bloop, like tap it into the spider enclosure, and I can get like tens of them or more at once. No mess, easy, and it's just great. It's just very convenient. But I think like whoever the fuck thought of this is a mastermind. You know, they've got to have so much experience with crickets to be able to think of this goddamn contraption. It looks really weird in real life. It's not something that somebody would just naturally come up with, but very, very innovative, I would say. So yeah, I bought too many crickets, and then now, are you British today? Because I'm drinking tea. I mean, I can be if you want me to. It's kind of fucking weird, man. I'm still anxious. I'm still waiting for my guest to come. But, it seems like this collab's been cancelled. I'm just guessing, but I don't think it's starting anytime soon. So this was unfortunate. Yeah. Oof. It's sad. Yeah, I think, okay. A part of me thinks there was an emergency. I don't want that to happen, obviously, but I don't think he's the type of person who would just blow off a collaboration that he initiated and he planned for to not do it. So I think something major happened, but I hope he's fine. Yeah, I don't mind talking to you guys. I love talking to you guys, actually. Stay overnight to do your deadline. There was only one time in my life that I truly stayed overnight for studying, and that was during university. Nope, foundation year. Was it foundation? Yeah, it was foundation year. So foundation year, hello Simper, is before university starts. I had to do subjects like philosophy and literature and English and, you know, basically like high school, but you get a few more university-esque selections, such as media or psychology. So that day I had to do a video with my group mates in literature class. Our task is that we have to basically sort of make a trailer for this movie that is based on a book that we read in class. So the book that we had to read, and I think if you guys watch Netflix, you probably know this one. What the fuck? Oh my god, a cricket got out. How did he fucking get out? How did he fucking get out? Sorry guys, a cricket got out and I don't know why. And I am positively concerned. Jesus Christ, maybe the holes are too big. Okay, sorry, back to the back to this subject. No, it's not going to fly because they're babies and they don't have wings yet. They just jump around. We have an escape attempt. Run, little man. Nah, he went back in. Yeah, so the task, well, if you guys watch Netflix, there's a show called The Haunting of Hill House. And that one is actually a book from really long ago. And we had to do, we had to read that, we have to analyze that. And it was a really weird book. I don't know what the Netflix show makes the book to be, but if you want weird horror story, read that one. Are you sure the collab is today? Tell us he's studying this week for this exam. No, he literally told me the collab is today. Is that not right? Is it next week? No way. Are you kidding me? Give me a second. It's Friday. Yeah, we're doing it Friday, right? Oh my god. Wait. Oh, I did this twice now. Today's Friday. Yeah, no. It's actually the next Friday. Oh, I did this twice, guys. You know why I did it twice? I got it fucked up. I have a group project. Okay, this is not gonna explain it well. I have a group project that's supposed to be on Friday. But it's the other Friday. Oh, fuck it, whatever. Alright, I'll just change the thumbnail for a bit. Ooh, I fucked up. Give me a second. Oh, that's actually a relief. So he's fine. Oh, Jesus, this entire time, you don't understand. My heart has been so heavy this entire time. I was like, oh my god, is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay? Did someone die? I'm afraid. Turns out I'm just an idiot. That's great. Okay. Oh, I feel like 10 kilograms just went outside of my chest. Whoa. Okay, now we can just have a great, cute little cafe stream together. And we can talk. Look how cool this is. Alright, give me a second. I gotta make a new thumbnail. Because I oopsie-doopsered. Background. Cafe. There you go. Oh, aren't you guys lucky? Now you get a stream. A talk stream. Because I mistook it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of KROWKO's conscientiousness. Or rather, lack thereof. Okay, just give me 1 second. I gotta make this thumbnail. Just whipping out an immediate thumbnail. Like, so quick, so professional. Totally not because I made a horrible mistake. Okay. Alright. There you go. Simple enough. Quite ugly, to be fair. But simple enough. Oh my god, he's gonna laugh at me. I deserve it. I deserve it. Give me a second, guys. What were we talking about? Right, Haunting of Hill House. I will tell the story while I make the new thumbnail, because I'm just so good at working, right? So good at working that I even forget when the collab is. Nobody knows this. Nobody heard anything. Okay, this didn't happen. Wait, I'm trying to look for a bold font. Give me a bold font. Where's the bold font? There it is. Okay, right. So, we had to make a trailer for this imaginary movie that we were gonna make. Now, back in the day, it was like a few years ago, the Netflix show didn't come up yet, so we were just kind of ahead of the curve. Really, we were kind of like predicting their existence even before it happened. So that was quite cool. And, see, the thing is, my group miscalculated the timing, just as I did right now. And we basically did not have as much time as we thought we would. As a result, we had to rush everything. And that meant that, give me a second. You can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing work. I'm making a thumbnail. Okay. Say single there. JPEG. Okay. Whoop. Alrighty do. Ancestors back in the day. Sorry, I wasn't able to look at the chat, so I will now. Give me a second. Yeah, so we did the filming and the editing all in one day, even though we had weeks to make that happen. So that was dumb. So we did everything that was supposed to be done in weeks in one day. Okay? Now, what we did was we had to write a script. We had to have actors, which are ourselves. We have to go filming. We picked the National Library. And there are rules in the National Library, and there are places where you cannot film, or after a while you cannot film anymore. So you need scenes from outside of the library as well. So we were just running like ducks, right? And oh fuck, I forgot to change the title. Thank God I'm not streaming on Twitch. It would be a pain in the ass to fix it both ways. Shit. Oh fuck. I have Japanese keyboard on. Okay. Hai, dekimashita. Look at the swift way I just saved my ass there. How beautiful. Alright. Now nobody knows. Nobody's gonna know. He's gonna know. How would they know? As the legendary meme once said. Okay, gotta change the thumbnail. Alright, look at that, guys. Refresh your page. Look at Mama's work. Really good, huh? Alright. Point is, nobody's gonna know. Yeah. Enjoying tea, eating breakfast. That's great. I'm gonna tell him, shut the fuck up. He knows. He already knows. They already know. Get rid of the evidence. Yes. Right. So, the thing is, I volunteered to be in charge of videography. And, oh, and we also had to, like, do this whole writing thing as well. So we had to do an essay and a film at the same time, which is great. So, this other guy who was kind of like the leader of the group, he, did all of the writing. See, the thing is, in our group, we have 4 people. Only 2 of us are fluent in English. The other 2 are, well, Chinese students who can't speak English. And so the guy, well, he just acted like 2 scenes, and then he slept the whole night. And, well, because we decided that we're going to go back to my apartment and stay in the study room to do the thing until we're done. And, yeah, and so he just slept and he didn't do anything. The girl was kind of like floating around. I mean, she tried to help, but there's really nothing she could help with. But she did the acting, you know. And then so there's me and this leader guy left. So I have to do all the filming and the editing. And I'm just like, you know, I'll describe it to you guys. This guy is in a suit with a bow. Why? Because he had to be an actor, right? So he had to act in the trailer itself, and he had to act as a character that wears a suit. I don't fucking remember. So he's in a full suit in a stranger's house at 1 a.m. and he's just like writing this essay out of thin air, right? Alone. Meanwhile, me running all day, right, with my camera, heavy as fuck, and then now uploading and rendering and editing everything. And I'm trying to keep myself awake because I have never stayed up like all night. Well, I didn't think it was going to take all night. I was like, well, you know, it's fine. It's probably going to take like a few hours. We're probably going to get out of here like, what, 4 a.m., you know, around that. Like, that's way too much. Maybe even 2 a.m. I remember specifically, it was a really fun night because in my apartment, there is this vending machine. And I don't drink coffee. Okay? I do not drink coffee because it makes me jittery. Well, I didn't drink. Now I do, sometimes. But I drink an Americano decaf so that I don't get the jitters. Yeah, Vincent knows. In the vending machine, there were basically two options for energy. You either drink like an actual Red Bull kind of shit, or like an energy drink for gamers, or you drink coffee. So me, being, you know, the never gonna drink an energy drink girl, I picked the coffee. And I was just drinking this and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling like an adult now. Like, I was underage back then. But I, like, you know, it feels like I'm staying up late, I'm doing work, you know, I have my team, I'm drinking coffee. Bro, is this what adulting feels like? Is this pretty cool? 5 minutes later, I was shaking, okay? I was like, I was vibrating. I was creating wavelengths that the aliens could hear on the moon with my fingers. Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. Energy would have fucked you way more. Yeah, I know. So that's why I didn't do it. But, and then I felt like extreme hunger, you know? And then it was just like this period of time where I couldn't get my eyes to open, but I'm like, there's no one else that could do this right now. And this is due tomorrow morning. And I have to fucking get this done. Now, here's the funny thing. We did end up finishing it. We ended up finishing it 7:30 in the morning. Okay? We had class at 8. Bro, it's not even a fucking joke. We put in the finishing touches. We had 15 minutes left to get to class. We ran our asses to class. I literally just like uploaded, and then he also you know, finished up the essay. We did the presentation on the slide, and then we just packed our shit, didn't shower, didn't eat, didn't fucking sleep a single wink. We went straight to class. We presented that shit, and I just died on the table. I just, like, in the class table, I just literally collapsed. I just collapsed, and it felt like hell. It was so bad. But here's the funny thing. After class, I was the most awake I have ever been in my entire life. And, you know, later on, I learned that, well, that's the normal thing for brains to do after, you know, a period of severe sleep deprivation, like just a very acute short one. You get this awake period where you're actually way more awake. But then after that, if you don't sleep, you're gonna die. So I went home and I slept. And that was the only time that I truly stayed up all night without any sleep. I don't even know if I went home and slept that day, or maybe I just went the whole day without sleeping. I don't remember, but yeah, just that was a really fond memory of mine. You should sleep at the street. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, this is so embarrassing because I thought the collab was today, and we agreed that the collab should be at 10 p.m. because for him it would be 8 a.m. and that's like, you know, the earliest you could get somebody to fucking wake up and stream with you, right? So so I was like trying, you know, I was like, fuck, I want to sleep early, but for the sake of the collab, fine, I'll stream late, I'll start at 10. Even though today there was no collab and I could have streamed at 8. Just beautiful, awesome, great planning. Yeah, but that was the story of years ago, and that makes me sound old, but yeah, great planning, I know. You know, good memories, and I think people need those types of experiences. You know, when you're just pushed right to the edge of death and insanity. And just, you gotta know how far you can go. And obviously don't repeat it, but yeah, it was fun. Sleep streams are quite a silly type of stream that I have done before a lot of times. And all of them were like around 9 hours, 10 hours. And it was literally just like the lo-fi study girl stream, except it was my avatar, quote-unquote, looking like it's sleeping. And then, you know, chill music in the background, and people just chatted, and I did nothing. That's it. And that, yeah, that's some good watch time. I used that a little bit in the pursuit of monetization, because we needed 4,000 hours. So I got there, and all of my videos got copyright striked, and it was a pretty heavy strike. And, you know, I look back at those contents, and I really don't have any respect for them whatsoever, and I just don't feel proud of that type of content, you know. So it's not what I would want to do again, because I feel like it's just, like, it takes no cognition, okay? It takes no creativity. It's just brainless content that clutters the internet, so I don't think it's necessary. Staring at someone sleeping feels weird. It's not even... Okay, it's a different thing if I can face track my model while I sleep. Or like that guy who slept on stream and would wake up every time somebody donates to him. That I understand. Okay? Because at least there's a grain of it that is true. In sleep streams, however, what happens is I put a model in a position that looks like it's sleeping, then I just fuck off to my bedroom. You know, it's not even showing me sleeping. It's just a model that stays there with music that I don't own. Like, you know, what's the point, really? So I don't respect that type of content from myself or from anyone. So yeah, but I understand that there could be a audience for it. You know, some people, they just want escapism. They want a comfy little place. Maybe the community talks to each other. I get that, but at the same time, you can talk on Discord. You know, it's, I don't know, it's difficult. Yeah. I wonder where all the regular viewers are. We're having a lot of new people here. Where do they get copyrights? Because lo-fi study girl is apparently not non-copyright. Yeah, I know. Really strange. Well, that was that, I guess. Frankly, for this video, I don't think there's gonna be any monetization anyway. But even if there is monetization, it's not gonna be a lot, guys. It's not gonna be a lot. Wow. Isn't this grand? I'm still feeling the shame from, you know, fucking up the collab. I wonder what I would have done if there wasn't a collab today. I don't know, I might have read you guys a book, or played a game, or maybe chat stream, but like a different theme than a coffee thing. Ooh, no. Why would I ever play Uno? I mean, if I ever play Uno, I'll have to cover my hand. I don't even like Uno. You know what I mean? I just don't like board games in general, I guess. Is he fine? Yes, he's fine. I just fucked up the timing and the scheduling. I'm kind of confused. Where are all my regular viewers? Maybe they're not here this time. It's like quite late. Because we're having a slew of new and young viewers in the chat, but I don't see my core audience. I don't know, man. Forget's not really here. No, I know, but I meant the adults. The adults, you know? Because recently there's like a surge in young people for some reason. I don't know. Like, what is that? What is that thing? For board games, you just need the right company. I used to play board game a lot with my my cousins, I guess. No, you mean 18-year-old? No, well, I guess young and also new people, because there used to be this group of viewers that I just see every single day, and they're very yeah, they're different, so I'm just confused. Surprised, really. Yeah, board games. What board games did I like? Does chess count as a board game? I mean, it is on a board, but I don't think it's a board game. I guess it is. I used to play chess a lot, but then I just fucking forgot. And now I don't do that anymore. Monopoly, I guess. There was one board game that I particularly liked, even though I didn't understand how to do anything at the point. Well, I mean, I think I did, but retrospectively speaking, I'm not sure if I actually did. And the game was, and I played this on stream as well, Cluedo. And Cluedo is a detective game where somebody murdered someone with a weapon in a room, and your role as Ducky Box, if you ask that question one more time, you're gonna get a ban, and I'm not gonna regret it, okay? Guys, it's one thing to be like fond of somebody, and it's another to be straight up obsessed to the point of annoyance. And I just want to make sure that, you know, we don't get there, okay? It's like in philosophy, they say appreciate what you have, not what you have not. Exactly. Like my boss said, if you want to see him, go to his channel. Don't go to my channel. Okay, Ducky? Are we clear? Because if we're not clear, I'm not going to hesitate the second time. Yeah, it's a detective game, and it is also available on PC now. So that's fun. Hello, Vincent. It's fun to play with friends, board games. I don't know. What do I play with my friends? See, I do have a lot of groups of friends, but they're just kind of like separate ones. And my high school group, to whom I guess I'm the closest, not geographically now, because, you know, we're everywhere. My high school group is full of people who went studying abroad, so each of us is in a different country now. But we share the most memories together, and we always meet each other annually during vacations and breaks, and we get along just fine. And with those guys, what we do is usually, well, we hang out and we eat. We go to cinemas together. We did go to Cyber Cafe to do gaming together. Have we ever traveled together? We have sleepovers. I don't think we've ever traveled together, but we have had like plans for that for quite a while. So that's the high school group. I have the university group that also, mainly goes out eating and partying, clubbing. And then with some individuals, see, I usually what? I hang out with people on a one-to-one sort of thing. And then I have my gaming group, I guess. We game online together. But yeah, I get... in general, I prefer to do it on a one-to-one basis, I guess. It's just more calm and quiet, and you get to know the other person deeper and more, I guess, meaningfully? Not meaningfully, but you get what I mean. Is university a nightmare to you? University was not a nightmare to me. University, okay, let me tell you something. It wasn't the university itself that was a nightmare. And frankly, now that I look back at it, it truly matters. What truly matters is your capacity of understanding and your appraisal of your environment. By that I mean, it's not really the university that made it horrible. It's my interpretation of university that made it unpleasant. Now, that isn't to say I had a completely horrible time at university. I actually had quite a lot of fun memories. And I learned a lot in university. It was like a really long 3 years. However, there were times during that university process where I think I've been like at my worst, mentally speaking. And that, I think, is a combination between, studying abroad, living alone completely. My family had some issues back then, like some really horrible psychological issues. A lot of drama back then. And my personal life was also kind of fucked up. I didn't know how to take care of myself. It was a lot of confounding factors. Nowadays, I'm in my master, right? I cannot say that I am wise now, I know more than I did back in university, but I wouldn't say I've completely evolved to my best potential. But at least now, I kind of know how to take care of myself, have a bit more self-discipline. I understand the content more, and I know where I'm going. So in university, you still have quite a wide range of subjects that you can choose from. So I had quite a variety of what I learned. It was, philosophy, it was anthropology, it was media, it was law, it was management, and it was psychology. But now I'm doing just psychology. So it's very focused, and I feel much better because, well, there's less exploratory width-wise, but more depth-wise. Discipline, biceps, advanced thinking, all the good shit. Yeah, all the menology, good shit. Enjoying the jazz. Kyoko-chan enjoying the stream. Thank you so much. I think finally now, I had glimpses of it in university where there was an article that was particularly interesting and that would, pique my interest, but very faintly. Like it maybe like passed through my consciousness. I didn't even think about it. Now, however, I'm starting to be aware of just how intrigued I am by what I study. And today I spent like 4 hours at the library just reading on my articles. And I just, in a brief second, I just felt like this euphoric experience. I'm not I'm not even like joking with you. It's like an intellectual orgasm, I would say, when I suddenly just felt this great attraction and interest in what I'm reading. It pulls me in, like it sucked me in, right? And I've never felt that sort of like magnetic attraction before to knowledge. And before this particular incident, there was one time when I was reading about the psychology of leadership that also drew me in a little bit. But today was like a whole new level of euphoria, and it was mentally ascendant. Yeah, it was so unlike anything else, and I think I'm starting to get a glimpse of like why academics do what they do. You know, like nobody's forcing them to study all their life, but they truly enjoy it. Like they get intrinsic motivation and satisfaction from the act of learning new things. But the important thing here is that they have to like the thing they learn, right? They have to be interested. I mean, no wonder people in high school didn't like studying, because there wasn't anything that they liked studying, right? The topics were not interesting to them. And you might have like a favorite subject, but the rest of your experience is horrible, right? Like I liked biology, I liked English, and that's about it. and so anything outside of that, like maths or physics or whatever, I was just fucking dying. I was just horrified and scared and anxious and bored. And then, you know, you go up a notch and you go to university. Well, now you're getting some of the subjects that you like, but there are still others that you have to do that you don't really care about. But in master, it's everything you like. It's all that you like. And there's still a little bit more space for flexibility, but I think when you get to PhD, like a doctorate degree, you're gonna feel such satisfaction and attraction to what you do, because you're literally gonna be like tunnel vision into one single tiny little thing that you like. Hello, Lolly. Maths. Yeah, no, but I think what I'm gonna do, guys, and this I can probably tell you guys, and I could probably promise you guys, I'm gonna do a math stream, okay? It's about time. It's about time. Well, it's not really about time yet, because I want to finish my studies first, at least this semester, right? Maybe I'll do it during the break or whatever, but I'm going to have a stream where I'm gonna buy those math books, those math textbooks, and I'm gonna learn it from the beginning. I have zero shame in studying like second grader class, you know, second grader math books. I don't give a fuck. I want to start from the beginning to have a really concrete understanding of math. I'm done having this weakness in my life, you know? It's like, oh, you're so good at English. Oh, you're so good at Japanese. Oh, you're so good at psychology and people stuff. Oh, by the way, how do you solve this math equation? I don't fucking know. I'm done with not knowing, okay? I'm done with having a weak point. I don't want that anymore. I'm gonna fill it up, and I'm gonna make myself more perfect. So, oh man, I thought I left math behind. No. You guys don't have to do the math. You're just gonna look at me do it, okay? It's gonna be a relaxing stream for you, because you can see my hands, you can see, you know, the textbook, the sound of writing, the sound of like pages flipping, and it's gonna be relaxing for you. It's not gonna be relaxing for me, but it's gonna be rewarding at the end, because I want to get good at this thing. And I think it's gonna be quite enjoyable, right? Because I'm not starting from like high school level. No, I'm starting from grade school math. So yeah, it's gonna be a journey, but I'm so ready to finally, like, you know, because when you're introducing yourself and people are like, well, what are you good at? and then I give them this gigantic list, and then, well, what are you bad at? And I'm like, math. Like, it's just so, I'd rather not have that in my book. Learning is a lifetime. We got to start somewhere. Yeah, we got to start somewhere, man. And I mean, I think I'm still quite early. Yeah. I want to at the very least, be able to calculate any sort of like simple, division or multiplication that people throw at me. Like the long ones with the 2 digits, and I can just do it like that, Studying physics is getting really hard, very bad at the whole essaying thing though. Vincent, I can totally help you with essaying, okay? Okay, writing has become one of my favorite things to do. Well, it always has been. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret on childhood KROWKO, on little KROWKO. Although she's still little today, but she was even littler, believe it or not. So back in the day, I used to write stories. Yeah, stories. See, because I read a lot of books, and I'm always fascinated by stories. And I always wanted to write my own story. I always wanted to write my own book. Ever since I was like grade 1, I started writing my diary, and I just jotted down. Here's the funniest thing. I didn't know what I was doing was like technically a psychological experience. I was journaling my thoughts. I was analyzing it from different aspects since grade 1. Okay, I was born for this path. And then a little older, and I started writing these stories, these like fantastical stories. I even like drew like these comic panels for them. And then I had the title, and then every single time I would like buy a notebook, and I would be like, yeah, this is gonna be it. And then I would write, and I'll be like, every single day I'm gonna write a little bit. And I would have like tons. My mom's computer was like filled with these Word documents of my unfinished stories. But I just loved writing. And then when I went to university, I started to learn how to write essays in a more systematic way, a more refined way, one should say. And the funniest thing is, when I was a child, I thought you have to be complex, you have to be complicated, you have to be quite mysterious in your writing in order to lure the audience in. While in university, what I learned is the less bullshit you give to the audience, the better. So you got to give it straight. It's those straight jabs, that really does the damage. There's no room for fluff. And if you can be efficient with your words, it's kind of like using a Japanese sword, right? Like a katana. You just slice once, and that's it. Minimum movement, but precise. And so yeah, and that's it's been my experience that writing becomes more and more enjoyable when you become more and more articulate. And I used to hate the researching process, right? So I used to be like, oh, I love the writing, but like the reading articles part, that sucks the soul out of me. Now I particularly enjoy the researching process because I get to read such interesting things. Like, dude, you don't understand the things, like how interesting scientists are. They truly are the most unique and intriguing individuals in the universe, okay? I think there was a study that on marketing, right, that tried to examine the influence of perceived distance on purchase decision of unhealthy food. How fucking specific is that? Like, who the fuck thinks of that, right? You don't just eat your bacon and eggs and pancakes one morning and be like, how how far do I have to be from this bacon for me to want to eat it through an ad? Hypothetically, you know? And then go out to like get the funding for that, and then test that, and then write a paper on that. But what is your background? So beautiful. It's a picture I grabbed online. Yeah, so it's like, it's so funny. These people do things that are so fucking specific, right? There's this dude, behavioral economist, did an experiment on whether people would cheat on an exam, and it's so great. So he invited a bunch of university students in, and he was like, okay, you guys got to do these 10 math questions, but he gave them an impossible length of time to do it, like 5 minutes for 10 questions. So then obviously nobody would be able to do it, right? That's just impossible. And then he would have an actor stand up and be like, I did all 10. Now here's a twist. For each answer they got right, they'll get like $1, right? So there's money incentive. So then this guy would stand up, and here's how he would divide his conditions. In one condition, the guy was wearing the university's uniform. The other condition, he was wearing another university's uniform. And turns out, when the guy who said he had all of the questions correct, basically he's cheating, if he's wearing the university's uniform, people's cheatings doubled. That's brilliant, right? Who the fuck thinks of that? But it's basically, you know, because in-group norms, that one is simple enough to understand. If you see someone from your group do something, you're more likely to do it. Versus when you see someone from the out group, somebody not within your community, for example, in another university. Vincent, if you're still listening, us spies must understand this. Then they're less likely to do it. In fact, they were less likely to cheat at all when they see a dissociative reference group member do it. なるほど、中年 exam. Yeah. It was really funny. Yeah, there was so many cool experiments, dude. And it's almost like whatever you need to know, there's already somebody out there who thought of that and tested that and wrote a report about it. So it's great, you know? I love it. I started to brainstorm an essay, let the word flow out, arrange them systematically later. Would improve when someone in your group does better while cheating? No, that's not the point of the experiment. It was basically designed so that nobody could do it. And cheating is the only viable option to maximizing your monetary benefits. But yeah, oh my god, wait, I should make a stream about this. Talking about research. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. I'm doing the little thing that flies do with their little hands, you know? Just rubbing it together. Okay, goodbye now. What do you mean, there you go? We have an entire system to that spot and shoot down mosquitoes with lasers. Wait, what? Wait, what now? Wait, where? Where do I buy it? People try to make themselves better, but others look worse or cheat every time. Yeah, well, there are also a lot of confounding factors for that. You know, sometimes the goals is just impossible, like that experiment. Sometimes there's no good role model, like no good leaders. You know, sometimes transparency is not a thing, you know, when the chances of being caught are too low. You know, with policing and everything, like, might as well do it. And there was another reason for that. Oh yeah, sometimes resentment. Discovery Channel Brain Games actually covered some of the subjects you talked about. Yeah, these things are fucking interesting. And I mean, you know, the thing is, you can totally learn these by watching a YouTube video. I think many people try to make it their profession to simplify these things and put it on a much more digestible, visual content such as a YouTube video. And I'm happy that that exists, right? I'm happy that that becomes accessible to everyone. But I'm also happy that I've been able to train myself to enjoy the act of reading, because, bro, you don't like at the beginning of university, I looked at the articles with like tons of these words, right? These teeny tiny ass font words, and I'm just like, how the fuck am I supposed to digest this? Nowadays, I enjoy it, so like that evolution, I didn't know that was possible. I'm just so happy. And like for some reason I suddenly, like, a thought pops into my mind, like, oh my god, I hope if I have a kid, she's gonna feel the same way too. Like, I don't know why. Achievement summer, mosquito extermination. Maybe I have my POV because I don't cheat, but don't most people agree with me? Well, you see, it depends. It depends. Again, so many factors lead to even good people cheating. Sometimes you cheat without even knowing it, which is a different can of worms. But sometimes people do unethical things, but they rationalize it in their brains to tell themselves that it's actually okay. I think I should save these subjects for a research talk stream. Yeah, that would be super interesting. The Krow model wearing maid outfit. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I don't think it's worth it to spend that much money anymore. Or, well, not anymore, but like at this point in time. It's not that I have like dismal income, right? It's thanks to you guys' support, I still have income. Like, that is, that is grand enough. That is good enough. But I don't think I'm anywhere near the type of, at the level of disposable income that would allow me to spend thousands of dollars on another, outfit and model and such. So yeah, just for financial reasons. And I see a lot of people ask for new outfits and new models, and part of me is like, oh, maybe they don't know the price of each of those things, or maybe they're used to watching corporate VTubers who have everything done for them, and so they have like 5 outfits each character, right? Or you watch like quite low quality model VTubers who change their outfits all the time because, well, it's cheaper to make. So yeah, it's not really accessible as much as you think. And cheapest model I can find for 500. It really depends on the quality. What drawing quality are you looking for? What rigging quality are you looking for? And the time. Well, time I don't think is an issue here. I don't mind waiting, but do a VROD thing. Yeah, but like, why though? Like, what the fuck's the point? Like, if you think about it, what's the point? I mean, I understand that models provide this sort of visual arousal for people, not particularly in the sexual sense, but just generally. But I don't think it's central to the enjoyment of the stream. I mean, I've seen and I've watched, and I have been, the type of VTuber that has a really simplistic model that doesn't change at all, but they're just entertaining, and so they're successful. So I don't understand what's the point of just breeding a multiplicity of these models for no reason and questionable financial interest, you know? And I already have 2 models. And the second model already has 2 outfits, so it's like, that's plenty. That's it. Thank you very much, you know? And, yeah, I don't think it's a necessity for VTubers to just pour all of their money into excessive models and shit. Yeah. How does cheating feel like? I'm curious because I don't know what a cheater thinks and feel when you lie to a person. Oh, no. The type of cheating I was talking about was not cheating in a relationship, but it was more like cheating on a test. Cheating in a relationship? I don't know, man. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, maybe something in their childhood caused that sort of pattern of behavior to develop. I'm more mad if the fans want a new outfit, we could make a V-Round thing, fun things for fans to do. The fans can do whatever the fans want to do. And the other day I received this comment about like, why don't you should try to be more clippable and like have more clippable moments so that fans would clip it. It's not that I don't have those moments, it's just that people don't clip it. But again, it's not like a responsibility, right? Frankly, I'm going for more of a laissez-faire approach with this channel, in that I'm not rushing to make like views progress or monetary progress or anything, you know? I mean, I would like it if I could increase the quality of the content, and by quality here, it doesn't merely mean visual or auditory. It could mean educational quality, right? Or interactional quality, stuff like that. And just do things that I wholeheartedly believe might be of some help to someone, or might be of some value in general. And that, I think, is the most important thing. Because you could grow to like really fucking large doing brainless bullshit, but I think at the end, like what's waiting for you at the end of that success is just this hollow feeling of like, well, what the fuck do these numbers mean? They mean nothing. You know, I don't even know these people. And what I do, I'm not even proud of. I don't even want to put my name on it. So like, why the fuck would I do it? You know? Worship your current model in a way your hearts won't be able to handle more than that. It's okay. It's okay. If one day I turn into an egg, I hope that you guys would still appreciate the personality behind the egg. Probably sleep at 12. Yeah, that sounds good. Japanese has an egg that people... Yeah, Guritawa, right? He's cute. I don't know, man. It's weird, because sometimes we might doubt the things that we're doing, you know? Sometimes, like, it's funny when people come to me with suggestions about my channel, because, and I usually have, like, very defensive responses to that, most likely because I spent so much time thinking about it myself, that I'm already anxious, you know, and I'm already worried about it all the time, and I'm already, like, constantly thinking about it, that when someone else just like casually, and it's the worst thing, is that they're just casually and thoughtlessly, I'm not talking to you, demon, don't worry about it, but many of them, you know, especially ones that don't even know me, and they don't even come to streams often, but they just casually go in and they just tell you what to do, and then I understand that it's not good to have these like defensive responses, but at the same time it's like, it's like, it's, you can't help but feel a little bit offended, right? Because, and I don't want to be, obviously, but you feel like, oh, so it's as if I'm not the person who's putting all my money into this, all my time into this, all my effort, my health, my thinking, right? Everything into this 24/7. It's not like a desk job where you have 9 to 5. No, you think about it all the time. You think about it in vacations. You think about it before you sleep. Or because you think of it, you don't sleep, you know? And yet, they just waltz in and just tell you what to do as if you don't know better. And then, it just, you know, can you guys imagine what that feels like? And, yeah, but you know, some people have my best intentions in mind, and sometimes they just misunderstand me. Maybe they just think that I want to be this multi-millionaire, famous guru replacement. But not really, you know? Yeah, MB, I understand that, but it's also sort of unfair in a way if you think about it, because usually with interactions it's something about reciprocation, right? So like if you want me to do something for you, you should do something for me as well. It's like reciprocation, basic shit. So it's like the creator is supposed to take whatever the fuck the viewer tells them and just take it because, well, you're a content creator. You're supposed to be used to these things, and you're supposed to know how to take it, you know, have a thicker skin. Or we can say whatever the fuck we want because we're just behind avatars, and, well, I am behind an avatar, but at least there's still more a sense of, like, responsibility and individuality, right? But someone could just waltz in and just say that and just evaporate, you know? And it wouldn't really mean a thing, and I don't think they think about it in a malevolent sort of way, but it's more like a mix of what they did and what I think inside that creates this sort of bitterness juice, you know? The boat behind these ideas don't have the ability to make them a reality because of time or lack of resources. Yeah, so it's like, duh, genius. Duh. If I had $1 billion, I'd make an outfit that I want my avatar to wear. You know? Duh. If I had $1 million, I would hire an editor that actually churns out videos every single day. You know? Duh. But it's like, this is kind of asking the impossible. And then it's kind of funny too, because the same people who tell you to do those things will come to you and say, well, you indie VTubers are never gonna get enough money, and most of you will just quit. All of you will just quit anyway, you know, so better get into a corporation or something. It's like, excuse me? The only person who's putting demands on people to pour more of their money into their models and shit is you. You're the reason why they fucking quit, dude. Well, not really, but part of it, right? The pressure, the standards is raised up. People prefer the corporate thing. No wonder indie people cannot survive. But again, it's not my aim here. I don't want to become a corporate person, and I don't want to just follow those conventions. And you know, these things make more meaning to me, I think, because like after a good talking stream where I get to talk to you guys and truly create like meaningful conversation, I feel so much better walking out of that than say a fucking ASMR stream, you know, or a gaming stream where I rarely even get to share anything. I just click. So yeah. I think it's just a natural reaction to self-defense. I got that as well every time I got criticized for something I poured my heart into. If there's demand, there must be supply. That's what's going on in these people's minds. Yeah, well, you know, it's good to have two perspectives. If you ever, you know, everybody should try to like create content sometimes, and then you'll understand the difficulties that people have. And you know, every time you know a certain field better, you will become more sympathetic to the people in that field. Like, say, I know a lot of people who, after being baristas or waiters and waitresses, they are extremely nice to the hospitality staff because they know the struggle of doing that job, right? So they don't want to add on to the suffering of these people. Same with producing content. I think, you know, I was never really out there leaving mean comments before, but I was especially more sort of understanding of other content creators. And you know, you really gotta say the right words in the comments to them, and it's not to butter them up or like treat them like babies, but I meant to truly appreciate someone, right? Or to not be mean to someone unnecessarily. Well, when is it necessarily to be mean to someone, really? It's more like, you know, constructive criticism. I understand that, but it's the way you say it, right? And it's the angle you're coming from, the intention that you have that really shows. So yeah, but obviously not everyone is a creator, so it's kind of unrealistic to expect that from everyone. By the way, I'm speaking in English mainly because I feel like when I talk in Vietnamese, and I don't like this, and I don't like to admit this, but for some reason, when I speak in Vietnamese a lot, the type of chat that comes up more is more like troll Vietnamese chats, or like really, like it's just jokes in Vietnamese, you know, but I get it, it's fun, but it's a lot of like young people joking empty jokes in Vietnamese, and I don't want that all the time in my chat, so that's why I'm trying to speak in English to sort of deliberately filter some of that out. Those who have not known pain will never understand. Yeah, that's true. Hello, Star. I never noticed. Yeah, well, that's what happened. I mean, that's why, you know, earlier today I was, well, not earlier, earlier in the stream, I was saying like, whoa, what are these new people doing here? Because people just, it's just not the audience that I was used to. You know, the people who actually engaged in the discussion instead of just throwing out these empty lines. You speak so calmly today. I guess I am calm these days. You know what's really funny? I feel like I'm always calmer after I study. I don't know why. But yeah, studying has that effect on me. Come on, Star. Stop flirting with me. I heard you say to another VTuber that you're simping for her. Oh. I guess I'm third in line now, I'm sorry, but I don't like to stand in lines. I'd rather stand on people instead. So if you don't mind me, I'm just gonna leave the simp line, alright? And you can do whatever you want. Just not to me. Caught in 4K. Yeah, you did, Star. You did. Oh, look what you've done. Well, it's too late to regret now. Wouldn't it be fun though? You know, just to have streams where you can talk about things that you're interested in and not have to like pander to like frivolous jokes. I feel like this is like, obviously joking is fun, of course. Comedy is gold. But it feels like that time where the clown, after his circus show, he just goes backstage, he pulls off his wig, and he just smokes a cigarette. You know, like I'm feeling like that right now. I don't know why Vietnamese people like to troll and chat until the streamer becomes uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I'm interested in that. You see, the immediate thought process of mine was like, I want to do research about that. I want to experiment and see what's the underlying psychological, cultural, you know, because it has to be cultural. It has to be. It has to be, right? It's not just a joke, like an age thing. It has to be cultural. Yeah. I mean, English-speaking chatters, Western, well, not even Westerners, just English-speaking, you know? Or maybe is it because they want to, no, that's not it, yeah. Just English-speaking chatters seem to be a little more polite and more engaged deeply into the conversations, but I don't know. I think as much as people want to read, not sure that's what I said. Yeah. I mean, I've tried talking about, like, deeper subjects in Vietnamese. Mainly, okay, so from what my experience, hello Saltless, my experience so far, with Vietnamese chatters, aside from the cultured people and the English-speaking people, there are only two modes. One, they are joking like hell, like, everything is just jokes, empty jokes, frivolous jokes, stupid jokes, you know, like, everything. Or they go super depressing, like, super nihilistic, like, fuck this world, you know, all of you people just illusions, like, nah, the real world is cruel and everything. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's like, it's night and day, and there's no in between, so. Oh my god, Awa. 中国? Okay, that's definitely Chinese. That's not, well, I can understand each of the words, but I don't understand it as a whole. Like, the first one is fast, the second one is above, the third one is good or like, and then the fourth one is middle, and the last one is country. I get it, but I don't actually know how you say that in Chinese. I've seen that in many foreign streamers as well. When the Vietnamese join, the chat just fills with random troll spam, not even related. It says, yeah. And it's just, you know? And I recall to the time when I blew up through the Vietnamese teaching stream, and I mean, that's a blessing and a curse. And I know some people might be like, oh my god, you should be infinitely grateful for that. You have so many subscribers now. But like, look at my stream. 21 people are here out of the 19,000, alright? Does it really fucking matter? Does it? Only thing that really changed, I think, in terms of subscriber count, that truly brought benefits to me, is my leverage in relation to other streamers. What I mean by that is, when you're making connections, right? When you're making new friends, when you're out there, when people are judging you, even without you knowing, they generally, maybe they don't even mean to, but they generally base their impression on your numbers. So they'll respect you a little more. They'll take you a little more seriously when you have a high number. So that plays into my benefit, plays in my advantage, for sure. But I remember that time when it blew up, and it was just, it was fun at first, you know, having like hundreds of people in your stream watching. It was really exciting. But it also became exhausting really quickly because I don't want to lose my core, which is English speaking, right? And talking about deep topics with you guys. And I don't want to lose my core audience because they're the ones that were there for me since the beginning. And I identify with them more, really. And I don't know these new people. So I had to like say everything in English, translate it to Vietnamese, crack jokes in Vietnamese, go back to the English people so they don't feel bad. And then, you know, it was just everything in between. And it's hard to balance this scale. It's hard to be like, well, is this too much Vietnamese content? And then it became like an identity, like a chat identity thing where, because the majority are Vietnamese people who are just in it for the shallowness, you know, that's going to threaten the community identity. So it was really exhausting. Not complaining for the sake of it, but I'm just explaining how, you know, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Joke Viet, kind of sexual harassment. I understand that feeling. Yeah. Got off. Isn't there supposed to be a... Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. We were supposed to collab next Friday. I made a mistake and I thought it was today. Interested in learning a language with deep historical roots. Well, I mean, Japanese has deep historical roots. Yeah, I think every language would have a deep historical roots, would it not? For Krow will hate me for my childhood personality someday. Let me be completely frank. I do like some viewers more than others. That's just the fact of the matter. And it's not, frankly, you know, it's not because someone is better than another person. It simply is, my personality seems to be more compatible with some viewers than others. So yeah, I do have favorites. Am I ever gonna disclose who the favorites are? For the sake of your feeling goodness, I'm not gonna do that. But I think they know, right? I think the people who I vibe with know that I'm vibing with them more. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, to even be able to have favorites mean that you have to have like a group of people who you actually know enough to like them, right? So that's good. So we're kind of fighting against the parasocial claims right now. Vietnamese is not a kind of language to go full on joke and swear. Yeah. Oh, totally. I can't tell you how many times I went to like these Vietnamese streamers, and I mean, it's not that I'm completely denying the Vietnamese community. You know, I want to have Vietnamese collaborations, and I did have them, and I will have them. But when I go to like pure Vietnamese ones, like, it's very different. It's like night and day between someone who is Vietnamese but speaks English versus someone who only speaks Vietnamese. I don't know why. I do not know why. Maybe it's like the education. I'm just making guesses. The education linking with like social economic thing, linking with like mannerism and habitus. All of that. I will explain that one day in our research stream. But what I meant to say is, there's just something very different about the mannerism of people who only speak Vietnamese, especially streamers. They swear so foully, like so... It disgusts me, but part of the reason is because that's my mother tongue, so I feel it more deeply. But yeah, it's just, I feel like with English, it's more, you know, thrown around for fun, you know? And especially, you know, if you're in Australia, everybody swears like a sailor. Like, people swear in lectures, you know? But that's just the way the culture is. Whereas in Vietnamese, it's very much about respect. And it's very, you know, hierarchical. And if you're well educated, if you're in like the higher classes, I guess, you won't do that. So it's very like, it's such a big turn off. for me, when I click on a streamer and they're just like I'm not gonna say it obviously, but you know, just swearing in Vietnamese. It's, yeah. Oh, streamer, not sharing enough. It's not biased, just vibing synergy. Yes. Vietnamese viewers maybe sound like the class clown or introverted kid maybe they want to do, but can't realize. Yeah, that's true. We appreciate you no matter who your favorites are, Krow. The difference is people can be offended exists, so best not to reach that point. Sometimes hoping to be nice. Yeah. We would never. How? Okay, what about French people? Do they swear a lot in your language? I mean, I think everybody, like every language, people swear, right? Especially to their close friends or whatever, but I don't know. Not to your parents. That's, of course, not to your parents. Like, you know what's funny though? I feel like in English, once you reach an age of like adulthood, you can say fuck in front of your parents in English and be fine. But I do not even imagine saying the word fuck in front of my parents. That just is just out of the question completely. Well, kind of Vietnamese is like, no, definitely not. Frankly, I swear a lot of Vietnamese, so when I swear, people know I swear to amplify. Oh no, I understand that. But I don't know. Maybe it's, you know what? Maybe it's the prejudice in my mind as well. Like sometimes people have that type of voice that just makes them sound like those little junky little, you know. I'm being very discriminatory here, but can you imagine like the Vietnamese dude type of voice that just swears all the time and he's like trying to be cool and he's kind of cringy, you know, like, you know, that type of shit. Like it's just Kyoko is high class Cooper. I wouldn't say I'm high class. I would say though my family has places a very big emphasis on mannerism and education. That's what we would say. But I don't think we're high class. In terms of economic, you know. Yeah, young people swearing, but you get into professional life, it's severely looked down upon. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, what are the swear words in French? Is it also the same with English? You know, like the fuck and cunt and those words? Becomes Krow apprentice. For what? What expertise? Tried to mod a Vietnamese VTuber once. The super wild topic is thrown out there like heavy rain. Maybe it's a culture thing. Super heavy top. What do you mean? Going to miss. Go. What? Oh, I'm going missing if I cuss my parents. Poof, C6. Yeah. I think you're the only Vietnamese VTubers I watch. That's a good choice. Oh my god, Joe, how are you doing? Holy shit, it's been years. It's been centuries, in fact. How are you doing? No, actually, like, how are you doing these days? How are you faring? How's life treating you? The word malakas is way too common for people to use. Learning mean is not the kindest. Well, I said it, so. Struggling with my thesis. Holy shit. Graduation from university or? Only swear with my homies. Only with friends you can be comfortable. But it's weird saying with other people. Yeah, right? Right? Cleared, hi, hello, how are you doing? Are you watching this on your bike? Malakas, not... Oh, and it's not Malakas. Malakas. Is a-hole in Greek. Oh, Greek! You're Greek! Allah. Graduating this October. Claps in the chat. I know we shouldn't congratulate before it happens, but definitely you're gonna ace this. I have zero doubt in you. Thank you, I love you. You're welcome. Yeah, you're gonna feel really great after you graduate. Well, it depends. See, I graduated, immediately went into master's, so my period of feeling like a fresh graduate was very, very short, and I went straight back to the same school, so it's, you know. This is a date, isn't it? Oh, if you want it to be. I mean, frankly, this isn't much different from going on a date with me, guys. Well, the difference is, if I'm going on a date with you, I'm probably, you know, interested in you. So I'd be a little more giggly and a little bit more touchy. Not sexual harassment touchy, but, you know, like, ha, you're so funny, and then, you know, slap your hand or whatever. And I would laugh a lot more. I think I laugh a lot around people I like. Well, don't we all? I'm planning to go to Master as well. Don't scare me. Oh my god! No. Joe. I literally just talked about this at the beginning of the stream. I love Master. I love it way more than university. You're gonna have a beautiful time during Master's degree. Trust me. What Master are you going for? Elegant woman and a high intelligence person. I want to be good like you, Krow. You want to be an elegant woman too? Great. There can be two of us. My guy modded tried to teach us how to do dirty things with a woman. Ew! What the fuck? Oh, he shut down his channel. Okay, Jesus Christ. I felt like physical repulsion from that shit. Dad told me to go master's degree after this. Yes! I don't even like any major, so I don't know where should I go or now. Okay. Let me tell you something. Oh, bye, Awa. Thanks, Cleat, for saying goodbye. Should I go or not? Okay. Ice. I can't say this for everyone, alright? But if my experience is to be generalized in any range, just personal experience, I adore master's degree so much more than university. Because, again, like I said, in university, there are still subjects you had to take that you weren't really interested in. In master, it's laser focused into the thing that you like. Now, Ice presented a problem, which is he doesn't even like anything. A good way of realizing what you like in academic is to realize what you like in real life, in everyday life. What is an action that makes you feel good? What does good mean? Good doesn't mean like eating fast food kind of good, right? Yeah, Cho, you're gonna love it, trust me. And once you get the hang of researching and doing group work, oh my god, you're gonna feel more skillful, you're gonna get way more knowledge, and you're gonna feel like you're going closer to your goal. But yeah, like, it's not like fast food good in a way that it's sensationally good, but then it's bad for you in the long term, because your body's not going to reward you for that. Your brain is not going to reward you for that. You might be like, well, it did though, because I felt euphoric. Yeah, but after that, you feel guilty, right? So what I mean by like here or feel good here is like, it's a very specific feeling, but when you do it, you go into the flow, right? The flow state where you feel like it's effortless and you're just enjoying it. You don't feel like it's labor. Or if you read about something, or if you hear or listen or watch something and you just feel pulled in towards it, and you feel like there's a sense of like destiny for you to be there, the sense of responsibility, like, I want to do this. It's gonna be good for society. It's gonna train me to become a better person. And this is my calling. You know, it's basically finding your calling. And it's a feeling of good achievement, overcoming. Yeah, well, overcoming a challenge, but also it has to be a big enough goal, right? But it has to be like a good goal for you, for everyone else. Although if it's a good goal for you, and I mean truly good, not what you feel is good but isn't, if it's truly good for you, it's gonna be good for other people, because, you know, it's a domino effect, and you have your effect on other people around you. So if it's good for you, it's gonna be good for other people. Oh my gosh, this is actually idiot dumbass. Okay, well, that's not as bad as the thing I said then. So for example, right, if you like I don't know, a woman. So it's a software working as expected. Many trials and errors, not joking. You're still in Aussie. Any plans for going back? Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back on July, I think. Yeah, that's a plan for now. But definitely, I'm going back. I miss my dog so bad. It's kind of funny that I said I miss my dogs instead of my parents. But, you know, my parents FaceTime me. My dogs don't do that, so. And with parents, it's different. You know why? Because I don't usually hug my parents anyway, but I cuddle with my dogs. Like, yeah, I have to leave Gary home because if I want to bring him here, her here, it's gonna take me 500 million BND plus 1 year waiting. So yeah, no. Switching to listening mode. Guys, ask her more. I always worry that are things I do and the effort I put in gonna be worth it at the end? Well, I know this is a little bit of a weird thing to say, but in order for you to succeed in something, the least you could do is have faith in it. You know? If you're doing something that you think is futile, you're gonna hate the process. You're gonna hate yourself. Like, you're gonna feel like you're wasting your time, you're wasting your effort, all this is for nothing, you're miserable. So the minimum requirement is that you gotta think and believe that whatever you're doing is worth it. Which is a little bit the reverse of what you're asking me, right? But yeah, sometimes it's like a leap of faith. And if you're asking whether to choose between going to work immediately or getting a master's degree, I would say, of course, depending on your personality trait, your predisposition, you know, education, and to learning in generally, your IQ and everything, it all depends. But if you can, and you kind of wanna, right? Because obviously you can't know if you want to do it before you do it. As in, you can't know if it's going to be enjoyable before you do it. That's what I meant. I didn't know if Master was going to be enjoyable before I went in, but now I'm fucking loving it, right? So, you don't know, but one of the best predictors of success, right, is that education achievement. And it's not achievement for the sake of achieving. That's what I really hope you guys would understand if you're younger, and or if you're my age and you haven't really figured this out yet. But when you're doing an assignment, you know, don't put your grades as the goal. Your goal should be, how do I get the most out of this assignment? How do I grow the most out of this assignment? What skills can I get better at using this assignment? So it's like, let me make this easy for gamers. If you go into a Valorant match, right, and you're trying to train your accuracy, well, you know, it's not training your accuracy, but like trying to get better at Valorant, I guess. And you can be like, well, you know, my kill counts are high. Yeah, well, but what about your accuracy though? Like, did you take 10,000 bullets and then it killed that person? Or did you take 1 bullet and it killed that person? And so you got to be very specific. And sometimes, you know, maybe you will even be more relaxed going into an assignment or a match without caring about the outcome of it, but more about what you can learn from it. Faith. I feel so tired with my internship after a year. I realized I learned so much more than you able to me. I was going out for a meeting, camping trip. Oh, that's nice. Bye, Cleat. And with a master degree. Shit, I was talking about something. Hi, Jerky. I know of people. I don't think I've known any person who took a master's degree and regretted it, as in thinking that it was useless. I don't think I've met anyone like that, but I have seen a lot of people who regretted not studying when they had the chance. That I see a lot of. So I don't know, man. But if just from personal experience and from observation of people around me, I say if you have the money to do it, you have the mental capacity to do it. And by mental capacity, I don't mean like, oh, if I do it, I'll get tired. Like, everything is gonna get you tired, alright? I meant if you're literally, clinically not mentally disabled from doing it, and you're financially capable of doing it, and you want to succeed in the future, and you believe in, you know, how education has a role in it, then you should do it. And sometimes, you know, because we're young, we don't know everything. And I was thinking before this, you know, because you see out there, like, there's some entrepreneurs who don't go to university and they make it rich, but that's a minority. You know, out there are so many successful people, and they're doing every single educational courses out there, you know, and again, those entrepreneurs are the only ones that we know because they're so rare. That's the point of it, right? It's rare, that's why it's remarkable. But again, there are so many successful people out there who have amazing education. And my dad said something that I really, really liked. And I didn't fully appreciate this until lately. But I think I'll go on to keep appreciating it as I grow older. But what he said was, really added it. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I would love it if I am on the same level or lower than my husband in terms of education and career. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, but my dad said something. Your money can be taken away. Your possessions can be taken away. Right? Your purchases. You could buy watches. You could invest. You could do whatever the fuck. Oh, great, Clea. Welcome back. Or you could have a really high position. You know, you could be a CEO. You could be a prime minister. And these things you could have, but they can all be taken away. Now, education, however, knowledge, wisdom, is something that can never be taken away from you. If you think about this, it makes so much sense. In a literal sense as well, right? If you think about it. After you're done being prime minister, if people don't know you, you know, politically, or you're going to an environment where it's irrelevant what your previous post was, they're just going to call you by your name. However, if you're a doctor, as in PhD, that shit sticks with you, right? Wherever you go, you're going to be Dr. something. That's in the literal sense, but the abstract sense here is also that knowledge can't be taken away from you by anyone, you know? It really is something that you gain, you earn, and you never lose. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculously cool. And it's forever reusable, right? Because, you know, the experience from this job, this skill might not transfer to the other one, and maybe, you know, you work at this company, but the next company don't really give a shit about that. But your knowledge you carry with you forever. Oh no, yeah, and see, people think of studying as something so simple and so boring and something you have to do. But I think that's because we've been looking at studying in a very shallow sense. As in, we look at it as reading, doing exams and assignments, and graduating. But if we read between the lines, what studying really does is train us self-discipline, right? Critical thinking, planning, right? Improve our articulation, and that shit is applicable everywhere. Okay? And a lot of things like in school, I think we didn't... Oh, bye, Toe. Thanks for coming by. We didn't appreciate about school, but it taught us the things that, not to mention being determined. Yeah, being determined, it was also a trial for us, as we talked about earlier with cheating, you know, integrity, honesty. Do you have the honesty to your parents, to your teacher, but most importantly, to yourself? Right? And, oh, what else? Yeah, independence as well. You gotta learn how to study by yourself. You gotta motivate yourself. And you can think of it as a trial that you have to go through in order to earn these qualities that will be immensely useful in life. And on top of that, you will know more about the world, right? Like, holy shit, you'll know more about this world that you're living in, the people around you, you know, the fields that make up your life around you. Like, don't you want to know more about that? Don't you want to know why the fuck we're here and what we're doing? You know? And you increase your networking, obviously. And especially with education, you increase your networking with people who are gonna be more successful. Because if you go into a company, it's not likely that that person is going to go beyond the company, right? Or if you just graduate from university with like average scores, and if it's an average university, it's unlikely that you're going to get to like a really, really high standing company, right? With like really, really elite people. So then you'll just have your networking around these like average or even low quality. That's a bad way to say it. But you know, people with not a lot of capital or a lot of potential. So you just sort of like put yourself in this cage, really. Whereas in education, if you try hard enough, you can surround yourself with these people who have potential to grow really far into different fields. And that's networking. So if you can, right, before you go out there and work and actually decide on a field and a circle of group of people that you're going to be with, you can expand it much more in an academic environment. So the higher you go, exactly. The higher you go, you know, the more elite people that you can have access to. And not only can you use them, lol, manipulation, use them as networking, you know, for future help or for future collaborations, but you can also learn from them, like morally, right? Learn from their qualities, learn from the good things about them, learn from the bad things about them, their mistakes. So it's really good, I would say. It's really good. So if you have the financial capability to do it, the mental capacity to do it, I would say do it. And we're not 40-year-olds, all right? We're in our 20s. We have plenty of time on average. Of course, you know, memento mori, might die tomorrow. We don't fucking know. But hypothetically, we should have quite a long time in front of us. So there's no reason to be like, oh my god, I'm wasting my life away studying. You're not wasting your life away studying if you learn to live while you study and you learn to extract the most out of your studying experiences. Insane philosophics. What I learned from my parents: teachers, friends, if you don't go to uni, life will teach you the same thing. The difference is uni teach them in a systematic way and more in depth. Are you right? Head start on all of you then. It's okay, demon. Again, on average, right? We don't fucking know. I think that's one of the cool things that I learned as well. I was envious with one of my friends, and I didn't tell them, so they don't know. But I was envious, not with my close friend, just a classmate. And they got really successful really young. And I was like, fuck, like, Jesus Christ, so I'm the same age as this person. I went to the same goddamn class. And now they're, like, out there, they're famous, and they're successful, and I'm just fucking stomping my feet here. What am I doing? They're gonna get to the goal before me. And then I was like, well, hold on a second. What goal are we talking about? And if you think about it, everyone's on a different track. Everyone has a different goal. Everyone has a different speed. And everyone has a different time limit. Right? It's kind of ridiculous to try and compare yourself to others because, yeah, they might have success at like 20, but they might die at 30. So, like, what the fuck is the point? Whereas, you know, and also speed changes. You know, it's not like you're going to stay at 60 kilometers all your life. You know, sometimes you shoot up to 120 and sometimes you go down 20. So it really is relative. But as long as you're moving forward, that's the only thing that matters. What's meant on the age thing? Not my goal to be. Oh no, I know. But what I was trying to say is on the age thing, even on the age thing, right? You might be like, well, you know, I have less time than you all. Well, that's on average though. Because who knows? You might live to like 130. Because, you know, technology is growing as we speak. And we have many, many more years to see where it goes. Soka-san, yaho, life is RPG, not a race. Yeah, but you know, who knows if we're gonna live as long as you, Demon, so no worries on that. Progress is progress. Yeah, I mean, I found that, again, consistency is probably the most important thing because people give up midway, right? I mean, the story of the rabbit and the turtle, the shit that, you know, we were taught as kids, it makes so much more sense now if you look around the world. Like, not even the world, just look around you. There are people who are not as smart, who are not as privileged, right? And who struggle way more, but they kept going and they made it to their goal. Whereas people who have all the conditions in the world, they are completely able, but they just give up midway, so they never made it there. Role-playing is a gacha addict. I'll talk about role-playing and gacha addicts on a research stream. Mark my words. Remind me of that when we do a research stream, because I did read some about that. Of course, I'm not an expert, but I just want to share some cool things that I read to you guys. Yeah, but, hello, Party Rock. She. Going to big brain. Nah. I mean, I hope it's growing bigger. Research on gambling addiction. I literally just read an article on gambling addiction today, guys. I'm not even joking. Here's the funniest thing. I cosplayed today as Kakegurui. Kakegurui is the gambling anime. As the Kakegurui student, and I went to school wearing that cosplay. And I was in the library. I opened up the reading, and it's about gambling addiction. I'm like, holy shit, what are the odds? Like, it's kind of crazy, you know? Oh, you know you're not gonna get that picture, eyes. We have a lot of test subjects. I mean, it would be fun. You know what? Oh my god. I think I just creamed myself. I just thought of like, okay, studies can be done simply, right? Simple studies can be written. I just need a sample size. I have about 20 people now in the chat, right? I can do a research stream. Oh my god, I can. Sorry, I just creamed myself. But like, I can do online real-time research streams where I can literally write up reports, analyze the data, you know, gather values from the sample size. Live stream researching. Oh my god. Fuck. Dude, that's gonna be so good. It's innovative. No one's ever done it before. It's hot. And, oh, it's gonna be so good. I have free sample size. Ah. The choice of population will be biased. Who cares? You know, Here's the thing. I read an article about gamer girls the other day. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking shred this article when I talk to you about it in the research paper. Oh my god. We can have like research streams where I would read a lot about a topic before I go on stream, and then I'll tell you guys everything I know about it. Or we can look up research papers together, and that is really fucking hot. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, bias, right? Thing is, you can have really specific research that requires that bias. You know what I mean? So, for example, in the gamer girl research that I read, most of the participants were girls and gamers. And on their work on quote-unquote misogyny, I'm gonna fucking shred that word when I get to it. Not today, though, but on the research stream. Misogyny in gamer guys, all of the population was, surprise, surprise, gamer guys. So, it's absolutely okay that we have a select, particular sample size here. We have plenty of work to do with you guys, okay? Don't use this for research. I'm not using you. I'm asking you to do it consensually. If you want to do it, then you can. You don't have to. I mean, I'm not gonna public these reports or anything. It's just between us. Just a little secret. I feel like I'm turning into this lizard person. Gambling with the KROWKO cards. Yeah, I thought about making a deck of cards, but with like KROWKO fan arts, but then that's so many fucking fan arts that I have to draw. So I'll just become lab rats. Swaying from the righteous. You don't get it. This is the only path. Science has always been about sacrificing the few for the majority. Do you understand me? We have to fucking do this. It's for the sake of science. Imagine just like at the end of the date with Krow, and you're like, this coffee tastes funny. I feel lightheaded. Am I getting drugged? And Kyoko just like, yes, but not with the sleeping pill. This is an experimental XX13 pill. We were going to roll this out, but we didn't have any human population to test it on. We did test it on mice though, and it did work, so don't worry about that. But yeah, we just needed some participation. And you're so nice. I mean, you paid for dinner, and, we're gonna fuck after this. So I just thought, why not? And it's just like a fun little thing, so don't worry about it. Just fucking pass out. The path of knowledge is what's the point of free will unless you're going to die standing on your feet, living on your knees. May Lord forgive me. I'm about to sin. I always knew science was hot. Yeah, I didn't know that, but now I do. Is this why you don't feed caffeine to crows? Would it be rude? I would love to be in this scenario. Would it be lewd? Would it be rude for me to make a joke talking about cream serving us coffee? It's okay. You can joke about it, or you can drink it. Farquaad means some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Did you know every scientist are about to start research on humans all say it's for science? Well, it is though. Boys, I've always wondered if gamer guys have like a higher pain tolerance than the normal people. And in order so that we can know that and advance humanity forward, I need you to help me a little bit. Just put these little electric conductors onto your testicle. Sorry. Genuine answer, yes. Science has never been so seducing and enticing. I'm not a masochist. I just want to see how much my body can take. Sure, you can tell yourself that all you want. It's gonna. I like how we just degenerated from very genuine chat stream to this. Sorry, Kai, babe. Trust. Before this, if you just rewind to like the beginning, I was so calm. I was talking about science and everything, but now I have degenerated. So, you know, who didn't see this coming? Really, it's a KROWKO stream. What were we expecting? But like, guys, for like 2 hours of the stream was purely educational, calm, chill, relaxed, academic, and then just like the last few minutes we just devolve. Yeah, you know what, I think that's a good ratio. No, you don't have to ask chat, you can literally just rewind. You can just watch this from the beginning and you will know that it is absolutely 100% true. However, Mommy's getting hungry and she needs her share of lootness now. Science sort of. Okay, Kai, what happened is, I was talking about science, right? And I suddenly creamed myself. And the reason for that is because I just realized what I can do is I can do live, real-time research project on the chat. Yes, using the chat as the sample size. I'm going to do a literature review, I'm going to write up the report, I'm going to process the data, you know, get the survey done. I'm going to actually fucking research on stream. Who the fuck did that? As an anime girl? Oh my god, I really am unlike other girls. Hello, Diego, sorry for scaring you. Hello. Yeah, no one does that. That's a niche. That's my niche. That's my niche. I'm a VTuber, but also a master of psychology. I mean, oh my god, I'm so hot. First time viewer, now I'm wondering if this is what these are. I'm so sorry, Party Rock school. Party Rock is cool. I'm sorry. You are cool. And this is the... Well, I can't lie. I can't say that this is a one-time thing. This is what happens every single stream. But you'd be happy to know that I got nothing. This is just what happens. Like it or not. That's what we call marketing business competitive advantage. That legit sounds good. I know! That's why I created myself, bro! As a content creator, as a student... As a manipulator, bro, I creamed myself. That was a combo finger licking good, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that was the G-spot right there. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna be the researcher VTuber. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it, bro. Yeah. Been a while since I've seen one of your streams, like a year. A year, bruh. Okay, let me fill you in, Diego. What I did was, for 2 hours, I talked about philosophy, right? Life struggles, science, literature, life lessons, education, goals, cock and ball torture. You know, the classic combo, the classic main course, you know, full course meal, I would say. You know, the little bit of lewdness is just the ice cream at the end, the little sip of alcohol at the end to cleanse your palate, you know? And it's just like a signature of our place, I would say. Thanks, Cleant. Before I came, what else should you talk about? Again, you can rewind. I just talked about deep shit calmly. Started finding in the barrel roll into Starbucks cream machine, thinking about the size of chat. Yeah. Well, it's kind of unfair that as soon as I creamed, everybody came in to judge me. But, I think the stream was quite nice. Well, before that, was even more shameful is that I thought that today was the collab, but it's actually next Friday. So there we go. I started from being a miserable failure into an esteemed researcher. No, into a ranting philosophy enthusiast, and then I went into A creaming researcher, that's what I did. Yes. Yes. Shut the front door. Hello. Why would you want to shut the front door?
You prefer the back door instead? Oh my god, you dirty dog.
How did you find your next victim? Oh,
ありがとうございます。
Fuck, that scared me. What is that? Somebody subscribe? Oh man, maybe. Thank you so much. This is your fault. What do you mean? Why is it my fault?
Is it my fault that science is so sexually attractive? I don't think so.
Bring Lou for the bed.
Demon, you're not helping.
Rose, she's gonna dissect your brains. Confession, I've never dissected anything. No, really. Like, I would love to, but, well, I mean, I did cut, like, chop down a chicken. And, I mean, I do touch organs a lot, but I haven't, like, you know, opened up a frog. I opened up a chicken. Okay, fine, that kind of counts, but I was doing it so that I could serve it, you know? So that's different. My friend said he feels have dissected humans. Oh my god! I feel like, you know what? I feel like I want to do it. But I don't want to do it so that I feel good. I want to do it so that I can have the existential crisis and the trauma and the nightmares. I think that's going to do so much for my character growth that I feel like I should do it. You know? Yeah, but then, what was I talking about? Right, dissecting. Reason why I've never dissected anything, even though most students have to, is because during the worm dissection day, for some reason, I think our teacher went absent. So we didn't do anything. During the frog dissection day, for some reason, we brought the frogs there, but we didn't do anything. So then I brought the frogs home, and true fans of KROWKO know this story already. But I forgot the frogs. I put it in my cupboard because I was terrified of frogs. Still am. I put them in my cupboard. I forgot about them. 2 weeks later, I was laying in bed. I was like, I have 2 frogs in my cupboard for 2 weeks. And I told my mom, my dearest, most beautiful, gorgeous mom. And she's like, what do you want? Can you please open the cupboard and discard of these poor animals because I have abused them. I did not see them. Okay, my mom spared me the nightmares, the trauma, the childhood terror of seeing what I did to these animals. Now, granted, I was in middle school. That doesn't excuse me of anything, but I was quite dumb, and I was quite terrified of these animals. Okay? I'm sorry. The next 2 weeks, I was busy studying, I was busy watching PewDiePie videos, eating, hanging out with my friends, playing badminton, you know, having a life. And then I just forgot about them. I completely forgot about them. It's not like I avoided them. That's different, right? I forgot about them. I'm sorry. You know. What do you mean, normie, bro? Like, that's not serial kill. I forgot. It's different. Okay. It's different if I caught 2 frogs, yeah? Yeah? Just out of interest. Put them in the goddamn plastic bag. Choke them to death. And then, you know, pour acid on them just to see what happened. That's not what I did. What I did was, there were these 2 terrifying animals that I have a, like, dude, my hairs are standing up right now. Phobia shit, right? And then I was supposed to dissect them, which is terrifying enough. And then I just went home, and then they just terrify me so much that I just put them in the cupboard, and I never opened my cupboards. I forgot about them. It's a sin, but I had no intention on doing it, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know how to make excuses for this because there is none, but also I have zero ill intention of doing this. Guys, I'm keeping crickets for Christ's sake. Okay? I love animals. Okay? I touch worms. I fucking hate them. I touch mealworms to feed my spiders. Alright? I love my dogs to death. Everything is... The only thing that I've ever done wrong in my life was that I forgot about the 2 frogs. Okay? Dead frogs, lucky you aren't in Friends. Oh, well, Vincent is French. That's why he's so upset about this. Yeah, no. We eat them too. Yeah. But I don't know. Frogs just terrify me. You know? They're so fucking slimy. They're so weird. They're so... Ugh. And I think when I was a child, I saw a picture of a frog that permanently scarred me. Which was a picture of a type of frog that was literally born out of trypophobia hell. It had designated holes, like many of them, on its back to carry its eggs. Oh my lord, that terrified me. That, like, ugh, fuck, oh god, I have goosebumps. Jesus Christ. Nope. And they're so fucking, you know, they're so unpredictable. You know, they're just gonna hop on you. And what the fuck are you gonna do? They're goddamn poisonous. You know, they put slime all over your face. They breathe through their skin. Like, what the fuck? Gotta sleep to work on my physics assignment tomorrow. Okay, bye, Vincent. Thank you so much for coming. Wait, what do you mean you're working on your physics assignment tomorrow? Aren't we? Don't we have a event tomorrow? Okay. Can I have a cup of coffee? Well, you're gonna have to take it from my hands. And then you just do. Just rudely. Give me that. Surinose, I don't want to know its name. I do not. No. Just, no. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Oh shit. Sorry, lol. I suddenly spawned a gun there. You were not supposed to see that. Guys, come on. No, come on. I don't have 4 hands. That's not true. I don't know what you saw. I don't know what you saw, baby. Look at me. I don't know what the fuck you saw. You didn't see anything. Did you get me? You didn't fucking see a thing. Anyway, back to our date. Look at you, Blair. You fucking... I mean... Okay. I see nothing. Please don't bring me back to the lab. That sounds so miserable. It's so sad. My baby is hot. Oh, I was trying to threaten you guys. Did that not come through? She pressed the wrong button in the stealth mission. Damn it! Now they know I'm from Mars. God damn it. Hello, Mr. Musk. We failed the mission. We've been busted. Eliminate everyone? Okay. Let me just do this. Wait, this is a date?
Is it? Is it now?
Questions, people's questions. I promise I wasn't just staring at the chest the whole time. Dude, I covered the chest though. Like, what is there to see? Okay. Serious question to the males. I need to know this. I need to. I've wondered this my entire life. When you look at chests, what do you imagine? Like think very closely. Catch yourself very closely. Do you think about the texture? Do you think about touching them? Do you think about... Okay, squeeze. Right. Is it because... Well, is it just innate? I mean, what is the point of squeezing, right? Texture, okay. Physically pleasing. Okay, why is squeezing it pleasing? Is it like a stress ball? Is it a sense of like power? Is it a sense of, well, is it just because it's a precursor to sex? And part of the home beauty, a sense of comfort. A sense of comfort. That's a really interesting question. See, the research has already begun. Right. So comfort. Could that be from like a childhood sense? But then that wouldn't make sense because then women would want to do that as well, and women don't want to do that. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't know how other women feel, but like, you know. Seriously, nothing else visually. No. There's definitely something to it, okay? There's something to everything. Why is it visually pleasing? Is it the symmetry? Which is funny, because usually one boob is bigger than the other. Why is it visually pleasing? Right. We do not know. No, you know, okay? Look inside yourself. Come on, man. Come on, you can do this. Symmetry. I like circular stuffs. I like circles. There we go. That's a question. That's an answer. Okay. Large Minecraft chest. It has slots. That's so funny, Party Rock. Girls grab their chests all the time. What? I mean, my chest has been grabbed by middle school classmates. Girls, by the way. Girls, okay? But I just thought of that as a perverted thing to do. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And, you know, and I don't think of it as a natural thing. I mean, what is the psychological purpose of squeezing a tit? You know, because it's a different thing when you say, oh, well, yeah, what is it? What is it then? I mean, I can imagine when people do, like, the thing where they're fucking the tit, right? It's like, well, it's a thing that's not supposed to happen, which increases that sort of temptation and wanting to sin, and, you know, primal indication of female maturity. Right, see, that makes more sense. There we go. See, you do fucking know. You just have to look a little deeper. Okay, so, but I get that. So, if you look at it and you get the indication, I get it. But why squeezing? Why squeezing specifically, right? Caress a man's abs. What do you mean? Does everybody do this? They're cute little birds. Oh, you and your jokes. I have done my own research on this myself. I did a psychology class course in this college. Did you do the one about squeezing the tit? It feels like a stress ball. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. The intimacy of the sexual attraction. Yeah. Okay. Let's stop it at there. Second question I have for you guys. When you look at a girl with a revealing outfit, what do you see? Now, this seems like a really simple question, but I realized something, guys. For the longest time ever, when I looked at a girl in revealing clothes, I felt nothing, right? Because I realized I was focusing on the clothes. But, so that's why I could never understand, like, why the fuck, like, how the fuck can the man get hard on this? Like, what the fuck is there to get hard on? But then I realized that if I imagine that person without the clothes, then I get turned on. So, my hypothesis is that when looking at somebody in a revealing clothes, they don't see the clothes, but they see the potentially naked person underneath that clothes. Now, is that correct or not? Yeah. There's no style in the outfit. I'm turning into what? Babe, same. Party Rock, we're on the same boat. Oh, no, that's not how it works. Okay, tell me how it works. Okay, Ice agrees. What is a girl trying to do when wearing the clothes? Why does it fucking matter? People have erections when they see people in revealing clothes. Why is that, you know? I think that's sending her nice by allowing... Okay, guys, it's not about dating, okay? It's just whether you have a goddamn boner or not. I'm not telling you guys to pick a wife here. Don't complicate this. It's just about, you know, the immediate. Like, what do you see, you know? It's like 50-50. 50-50 of what? This is about psychology, but I ask all the questions. Yeah, well, I'm asking one question and that will, you know, lead to other questions, but you have to start with the basics first. Because when you add in the wife thing, that's a lot of more confounding factors that you're not gonna be able to assess in this short amount of time. With this small sample, would say. Here's the process. First, I see the part that's the most revealing. Okay, then look at the clothes. Then look at the face. Then decide if boner or no boner. That's interesting that you think that you decide if there's boner or no boner. Usually people don't decide. It just happens. It's even weirder considering men don't usually wear revealing clothes. Well, why is that weird? To me, I think men don't have to wear revealing clothes to show their, well, women as well, but I mean, what is physically, like, sexually appealing about a man's body, if you think about it? As in purely sexually, and not okay, no. I did not mean that as a condescending thing. I did not mean that as that. You know? Make it over here and close it away. Yeah, it's funny because guys can get boner from nothing either. Right! Well, I mean, that's a different thing. But I meant, you know, getting a boner from, like, a sexually arousing thing. And when I look at a revealing cloaked person, I think what they will look like without clothes. Right, so that's... Ice is saying what I thought he would say. The proportions of their body, okay? The curviness, the bounciness of their assets. And what I can do with it if I have access to it. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Is that people would think, well, they would imagine how this person would be without the clothes and imagine what they would do with that person, is what I thought created that sexual arousal. If you're in a relationship, it's much harder to have a boner looking at other women unless you're generally very excited. That is very interesting. Is that true? Guys, in the chat, anybody can provide any information on this? Maybe either his body type or the way he interacts with females. I heard women are more attracted to males that are better suited for raising kids or something like that. Yeah, but that's not sexual attraction though. You know, I mean, there's attraction for mate choosing in terms of like long-term family building, and I understand that, but as in physical attraction, then I mean, like muscles that shows health. And proportions of the body that shows health, yes. But what are you gonna look at? The length of his dick, or the hair to show his testosterone level? Like, what is, you know? Serious question. Is this the kind of thought process of a rapist about revealing clothes? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to like find out, because I never felt anything when I looked at people when revealing clothes. I was just like, okay, why the fuck are people getting turned on by this? But when I switched it, like I consciously had to think, dude, how the fuck can somebody feel aroused looking at this? And then the only way that I could find how is to actually not look at the clothes, but look at the things that are revealed. You know, and then imagine what else could be revealed. And then imagine, you know, what happens after that. But the thought process of a rapist, the thing that you know, the way you phrase that is also weird as well. Because people have sexual thoughts all the time, but not everybody commits that heinous crime. You know? So it's like, it's a different thing to be like, to imagine something, and it's a completely different thing to do something. So I'd be a little bit more careful about that, because you don't want to accuse people who have that thought process of being a rapist, you know what I mean? Although, if that criminal happens to have that mindset, can we do a causal, can we create a causal relationship by saying, because you have that thought process, you became criminal, you know? Like, that's tough. but I haven't done any research on it, so I don't know. I have a girl bestie. I cannot get a boner looking at her, but I do find her cute, like a puppy. Like a dog, you mean? I see my best friend as a dog. Jesus, guys. But yeah, interesting things. It's raining in the background. Yeah, you can hear the rain, right? It's a mystery to us even. Why do we do what we do? Yeah, but it's so not that wholesome when you phrase it like that. Yeah, but isn't that fun though? Isn't that the point? To find out why we do what we do. That's literally what's fun about researching. Be careful not to bet the public. I think okay, you probably but why? I think, you know, I think the funny thing is, you know, when I get older and I get a family or get a spouse, I think I will legitimately ask that question. You know? Like, they be home and they see me and they get a boner. I was like, okay, before we perform the baby making ritual, I need to know the underlying psychological processes that led to this erection right now. Like, what is it? Is it the background? Is it, you know, the ambience? Is it what happened to you at work? Is it, you know, your childhood leading up to this? Am I doing something that resembles your mother? You know? Or like, you know, is it the outfit that I'm wearing? Is it the scent? I tried on the perfume today. Maybe the perfume reminded you of something. But yeah, that was, you know, Freudian joke. I mean, isn't that fun? Is nobody echoing this? Come on, I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one. You guys can ask me questions too, you know, about females. Because there's just some things that you can't know unless you're the other gender, you know? Is a fetish a fetish? Like cleavage or thighs? Yeah, well, why do people have preferences? Oh my god, that's another question. That's another question for research. Disappointed at some point because we guys have nothing box where nothing goes inside. We just do the things that have no meaning. See, the thing is, you might not be conscious of the meaning, but there still might be meaning. Just because you don't know there's meaning, or you don't think there's meaning, or you don't experience the meaning, doesn't mean that there's no meaning. So my point here, you know, I'm gonna try to get it out, trying to get the juice, you know, I'm trying to squeeze the juice. It's okay. I'm not gonna push you guys further, because, you know, sometimes people feel discomfort when they're like, I swear to you, I don't think of things, and you're like, no, there has to be something in there. That's why you gotta think of indirect ways of testing people. Imagine about to doing with Krow. My bro has to prepare a whole PowerPoint just to explain to her why you want to do it. Do you feel the need to hug a male if you see them as a potential boyfriend? That's a good question. The need. The need, no. The want? Probably, yes. Probably. Because potential boyfriend is quite a... again, it's subjective to the person. Some people might have a large range. Some people might be very selective. And you can have different stages of being potential, right? You could be like at the beginning stage when you first met and you check out some of the boxes, but you don't have enough time to really know, so you put them in the potential box. But then, you know, how long are you going to stay in that box? How many levels up are you going to go? How frequent are the interactions? You know, lots and lots of things. See, this is the difference between males and females, I think, right? Because females, we have a lot more detailed categories and just like check boxes and conscious, well, not really conscious to everyone, but more so than men, I would think, conscious analysis of the mate. But I would say there is gonna be a propensity to touch the person that you have a crush on more, or at least want to, because sometimes, you know, people are too shy. Not everybody can freely express their interest, but they definitely will leak out some of it. unwillingly sometimes. It's hard to say with a lot of things because you really have to see the point of view from the other side, and at the end, everyone's different. Yeah, but that's why I want to ask you guys questions, you know, because I'm not a man, I don't know what it's like. Women should lower to the guy's level sometimes. If a guy's interested in you and is genuine about it, don't have too many checkboxes. Why not? Why not, though? I mean, are you just supposed to accept everybody? Because, see, the thing is, you can have a lot of people interested in you at once. What do? You just fucking fuck everyone? You know? You can't do that. I mean, maybe a guy can do that, but a girl fucks everyone, and then, you know, if she's uncareful with protection, she gets fucking pregnant, and then she's stuck with that child forever. Like, it's not just a point of, you know, just because they like you that you have to like them back. I don't think that's... Why do I have to do that? If many checkboxes, it's very easy to reject him even if he's a really good guy. Well, to decide whether he's a really good guy, that's why the checkboxes exist, right? Yeah. Oh shit, what is that? Hey, thank you so much, Party Rocks Cool, for following Twitch. I usually stream on both, but today I didn't. It's describing and then there's first-hand experiences. Yeah. Yeah, but then, I mean, I guess what we're trying to do is to bridge that gap, right? To the best of our ability. Sure, but if the guy has too many checkboxes, what will happen? If the guy, has to do many checkboxes, what will happen? Well, you either fit or you don't. Like, what's the problem? You're not entitled to have anybody like you back. Anybody. I'm talking anybody. It's not just guys or girls, right? It's just like... You can't just ask people to like you because you like them. Dead guys are overrated? What? Bruh. You trying to convert me to another gender, bro? Somehow I never see one in real life, just like titties. Seeing titties in real life. Yeah, I guess after you have some experiences, you can't really go back to who you were before to try and see from that perspective. Am I hallucinating or there's laughter in your face? Oh, there is, because it's coffee. Like cafe ambience. I'm just putting it out. The biggest compliment to a guy's being in a relationship with the bi girl because that means she picked him over every. I get what you mean. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, after you think about it, though, yes, you're right. The odds are still higher. There's still more competition that you beat, or maybe she's delusional in picking you, but let's just say she has a good scale of measure and you decide, you know, you beat the odds of other girls she's met. But also, if you really think about it, like, the number of competitions are not that high. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you know, devil's advocate, trying to provide an argument. It's like, if you factor in proximity, right, and likeness of personality and physical attraction, like all of that, and then childhood driven preferences, right? It kind of narrows down the possible candidates, and then, you know, their socioeconomic class, their segmentation. The list becomes shorter and shorter and shorter once you factor in all of these things. Okay, do women view importance of friendship more than a romantic partnership? Oh man, this depends. This is more of a subjective thing, though. I mean, have I ever met a girl that puts friendship over love? Frankly, no. Well, what do you mean by importance, right? As in, like, if her boyfriend and her best friend fall into a lake, who would she save? Or was it, like, prioritizing time? Or is it, like, placing in terms of, like, I can have a best friend and not have a boyfriend? Or I must have a best friend? No, wait, as in, like, you know, zero-sum game, which one would you choose? That's a difficult question. Not for me personally, but to generalize to the whole gender. E.g., I see a girl I like, want to get to know her, see if we vibes. There are a couple things I check first. More than that, it's like taking a test. We aren't in middle school anymore. What do you mean by that? It's... Dude, you're judging people all the time. I mean, if you're doing it right, like, you're gonna judge people's actions, right? And I don't understand what's the problem with having high standards. I mean, it depends what your goal is. If your goal is to have as many mates as possible, then sure, lower your standards. But if your goal is to find someone who is up to the standards that you want them to be, what's the problem with having high standards? You know what I mean? Or to say a lot over text and work at the same time. I can't get my full thoughts on Exis because I would do a deep dive on this with you. Nice. We can do that on this research stream, yeah? Hello, Andrew. How does it depend? Well, it depends because, I guess people's past experiences. You know, some people just got fucked up in love so much that they just sort of lost faith in it. Some people have better quality friendships than others, so it makes them feel like it's more important. You know, predispositions. Maybe the family had a lot of friends, like family friends. Other families are more closed off, more family, like inward oriented. It depends, I guess. For me, again, the word importance is a little bit vague. If you give me like a specific situation, that would make it easier to choose. I'm a greedy person, so I would like both, but you may know what happened to the collab. Sadly, I was an idiot. It was supposed to happen next Friday. I thought it was going to happen this Friday. End of story. Like when the man confessed and is rejected because the woman wants the relationship to stay the same as friendship. Unfortunately, the man feels detected? Rejected? Wait, detected? What? Okay. Everything is case by case. Can't shower into groups because then it destroys individual qualities, which shouldn't be looked over in relationships. Well, but isn't that what we do in science, though? We try to generalize everything to the most. Well, we use like the minimum factors that we need to generalize the most to people while still keeping the meaningful theories. Your friends are you're okay, but I don't think your gene needs to survive another generation. Yes. No. Well, you know. I mean, what is... Okay. If you're getting rejected by someone, how the fuck do you blame them? I mean, what reason do you have to blame them? You're gonna be like, well, I like you, so that means you have to like me. Why? Who said that? Right? Or like, well, it's a reciprocal thing. I give you a thing, you have to give me back that thing. No. You know, and you have all it's not like a thing that you have to give me. You know? And I don't have to give it to you either. And especially when it comes to love. Like, some people just can't fucking... I just can't love you, bro. Like, I can't fucking make myself attracted to you. You know? Bro, if I could make myself attracted to someone, if I could deliberately choose, it would be over. I'd be married by now. Because who gives a fuck? Right? But I can't make myself attracted to someone and choose someone as a spouse as I please. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that's why it's oh, rejection. Science minds run out the gravitation. I wonder why people can be just friends or just not. Can't be friends, something like. It's not a time to see your viewers, Krow. No one here would reject you. No, I'm not. Okay, when I said you guys are gonna be my lab rats, I don't mean I'm gonna take you for a test drive romantically. I meant you're gonna answer a survey, and that's it. Okay, jeez. Entitled people. Yeah, I think, you know, and it's not like I'm all high and mighty, right? I used to like dudes who were, believe it or not, above my league, I would say, because, you know, at the time I wasn't really physically attractive, conventionally anyways, and, you know, I haven't fully developed to the point of meeting their standards, I would say, and they just weren't interested in me, and I was like, cool, you know, I guess I'm not to their standards, and you just move on, and then, you know, you get better if you want to pursue them, or you find other people whose standard you meet, and that's it. You know, but again, I do find that when you get physically, like, more physically attractive, and I didn't get, you know, surgery done, right? I didn't do like major changes to my body, but it's just like, you know, eat a little healthier, exercise a little more, pay attention to what you wear, skincare, you know, that, you know, hygiene and simple stuff, and then, you know, sharpen up your socialization skills, and you can build points in your attractiveness, I guess. And so I went from like a person with quite a small selection of possible people who would like me, and then now there's like more. I wouldn't say, you know, I have tons of people who drool over me. I wouldn't say that, but, you know, more than before, and I think feels good. It's not to brag, but it's just like, you know, you feel a bit more confident about yourself, you have more choices, but interestingly, when you have more choices, you become more selective. That's the interesting thing that I found. I used to, like, my standards was low as fuck back then, because I didn't have a lot of choices. But now that I can choose more people, I actually find it necessary to have more filters. You know, so just so that not everybody can get inside. Like, that's weird. And that's impossible anyway. So, facing your fears, no test date. I will not take those pills that you were on about earlier. Whether there's a rat is on strike. I meant based on the, if I wanted to make me like lots of others. Yes. The sexy mind. I feel like it's easier to understand through dialogue than through text. Yes. Don't you guys like understanding women, intellectual women? Don't you like Krow? I like her whenever she talks stuff. That's so cute. That's such a cute compliment. I like you when you talk stuff. That's cute. But yeah, at first I would be like, I would look at my hot girl, like the hot girls in my friend group, and I would be like, bro, like you have such high standards, bro. You don't gotta be so strict about these. Like, dude, these guys love you, you know. And I mean, you're always complaining about being single. Then why don't you lower your standards and shit? And they're just like, no, you don't understand. Like, I can't fucking control this. And then I was like, yeah, no, I think, you know, you're just on your high horse and you think you're hot and you can just reject everybody. But when you kind of become a little hotter, you understand their pain. You know, it's not that, like, yeah, you want to be in a relationship, but also, you still gotta be very selective. And the more people there are, the more selective you're gonna become. And especially,
You miss listening to me, Diego? Oh my god.
Diego. Oh my god. I said Diego as soon as he said Coco. It's like we're at a church getting married. I was gonna say Diego. I've been watching The Umbrella Academy, and there's a character named Diego. So now every time that I see you, I'm gonna think of that Diego. He's really cool though. Yeah, but and also, you know, it comes with experience. Like if if you choose people with a low standard, right? And then it results in a horrible breakup and you realize, oh my god, I need to add this thing onto the standard thing. Turns out I cannot tolerate that. So you add one thing. And then the next relationship, you're like, oh fuck, I forgot another thing. This is also out of the books. Like, holy shit, this is horrible. You add another thing. And, you know, it's just about experiences. And that's not to say that I don't have shit that's wrong with me. Obviously, you know, you have to add onto the list of self-improvements or, you know, relationship skills improvements. But there are things that, you know, I didn't know before that I needed to put onto the list. I mean, I talked to you guys about this, right? Like financial stability, because dating is quite an expensive thing, and I have expensive taste. What can I say? And you know, I have goals for myself in the future, and I'm doing everything to get there. So I would like a partner who would do the same. And it's not just because, you know, I want a richer boyfriend, but it's like people, when I try dating boyfriends without money, they feel horrible going with me, even if I pay for the whole thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, geez, right, Salad Ninja, right. I love how you have a Naruto profile picture too. My favorite anime. Kakashi can choke me. My girl recipients, some girls have such high standards that can't stand a man with high standards what they can't reach. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, is that everybody's just gotta fucking get it, you know? Everybody's gotta understand that and accept that if you're not up to someone's standards, walk, bro. Leave. Or when you leave, improve yourself, come back, see if they're interested. If they're not, leave. You know? Because, again, I've liked hot dudes before that were above my league. They weren't interested. Fine. That's it. You know, I'm just not what they wanted. That's it. You just gotta move on. So, there's no need to be bitter. And, again, people can't control their attractions, guys. It's not like they're trying to reject you to be mean, to punish you. No, they just, bro, they just can't help not being attracted to you, and I don't know what to say. Yeah. We're very good people, good trust. Yeah, we have 2 ninjas in the chat now, that's so nice. I think it's a pride and honor thing. Yeah, well, I mean, you feel like, you know, when you're rejected, it's kind of like your entire personality is trash. Whatever you do, like everything that leads up to you now is unacceptable and not sexually attractive. But that is the highest degree of judgment, right? As in, you can also interpret it as this person was raised in a different way, in a different location, with a different mindset, with different pairs of parents that shaped her into a different type of person with different type of preferences, her past experiences, right? Her conditions, like everything, made it so that she is particularly attracted to this type of person. I'm not that type of person, thus she's not attracted to me. End of question, right? Like, it could be just as simple. of course, you can also use it as a learning opportunity. Because it's not like there isn't any universal scale of attraction. Like, you know, if you're totally failing at everything and you just have literally nothing going on for you, then maybe use the rejection as motivation. You know? But don't use it to punish yourself, to hate yourself, to be bitter to the opposite sex or the sex that you're attracted to, right? Don't be bitter, guys. Just accept it, move on, improve yourself. That's it. Alright. It's 1 a.m. Great. I'm gonna end the stream here now. I think we streamed for 3 hours. Yep. So thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you in such about such interesting subjects. This was really great. Yeah, educational. This is very heartwarming. Kisses and toys. So thank you for coming to the cafe chat date with me. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night/day. Thank you for existing. Keep it up. And I'm gonna see you next time.